Thank you.
Thank you.
How would you like to be scrolling through Facebook and bam, your phone catches on fire? That is exactly what happened to some consumers of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 in 2016. My name is Deidre Elrod, and I'm a student at Southeastern Oklahoma State University. This case study is for my Risk and Crisis Communication class. As mentioned earlier, in 2016, Samsung had a crisis with their much anticipated Galaxy Note 7. On August 6, Samsung released their Galaxy Note 7, but by August 24th, there had already been reports of the phone catching fire. It was reported that the battery melted everything around it while it was charging. Samsung had stated that the consumer was not using the right charger, but shortly after, more reports were made of the same fiery problem. On August 31st, Samsung halted shipments of the Galaxy Note 7 so that quality testing could be done, and it wasn't until September 2nd that sales were suspended, and Samsung stated that they will be replacing the current Note 7 with a new device. On September 15th, Samsung issued a recall of the first set Galaxy Note 7, and sales of the new device was available for purchase on October 1st. After more reports that the device were having the same problems that the old devices had, Samsung issued a second recall of the Galaxy Note 7 on October 11th. After recalling 2.5 million phones, Samsung had lost an estimated $9.5 billion in revenue. In order to figure out what went wrong with their phones, Samsung created a test lab to figure out what went wrong. The new lab was staffed with 700 researchers, 200,000 defective devices, and 30,000 defective batteries in an attempt to figure out what was starting the fires. They were able to discover what exactly was causing the batteries to overheat and explode. Samsung posted images in their newsroom illustrating what the problem was with the defective devices. Today, we are going to talk about image repair therapy and what Samsung did to help their crisis. Image repair therapy was introduced by William Binot, and it is a strategy that can be used to restore an image in an event where its reputation has been damaged. The theory can be applied as an approach for understanding personal or organizational crisis situation. Its purpose is to protect an individual, company, or organization facing public challenge to its reputation. There are two components to this theory, blame and offensiveness. The two elements correspond to Fishbein and Ajzin's concept of beliefs, the blame, and values, the offensiveness. One can respond to an attack by rejecting or reducing responsibility or by reducing offensiveness. It is also possible to admit wrongdoing and apologize. One may propose to fix the problem or prevent it from happening again, like in the case of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. These approaches can be pursued with persuasive messages that create or change the audience's belief or values. There are 5 strategies to image repair: denial, invading responsibility, reducing offensiveness, corrective action, and mortification. Denial is simply denying that the act occurred or shift blame. Invading responsibility has 4 components: provocation, where claim is made that the act was committed in response to another wrongful act; defeasibility, where they claim there was a lack of knowledge; make an excuse based on accidents; and lastly suggest that action was justified based on good intention. Reducing offensiveness has 6 strategies: bolstering, reminding the audience of previous good acts or good reputation; minimization, attempting to convince the audience that the act in question is less serious; differentiation, the act is distinguished from other more offensive acts to lessen the audience's negative feelings; transcendence, the act is placed in a broad context to place it in a different, less offensive frame of reference; attacking accuser, questions the credibility of the source of the accusations; and compensation, offer to redress the victims of their action to offset negative feelings. Corrective action is claiming that they will correct the problem or promise to make changes to prevent it from happening again. The last strategy for image repair is mortification, where the accused admits responsibility and asks for forgiveness. Though Samsung had a timely response, they should have taken more time to give more accurate information about the devices. The initial response should have focused on the 3 guidelines of the initial crisis response: 1. Be quick; 2. Be accurate; and 3. Be consistent. Samsung had released a statement in Hong Kong assuring their customers that their phones used a different battery than the ones being reported having issues, stating that Hong Kong customers would not be affected. The next day, Samsung had to retract that statement after they realized that 500 phones in Hong Kong had been affected. Additionally, Samsung did not adhere to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission's recall guidelines and protocols. Recalls must be done in collaboration with CPSC. Having these inaccuracies made Samsung appear to be incompetent. The strategies used by Samsung in the fired Galaxy Note 7 debacle was corrective action, mortification, and bolstering. In an official statement released by Samsung on September 2nd, they stated that they are committed to producing the highest quality products and take every incident report from their valued customers very seriously. The statement said that they had conducted a thorough investigation and found a battery cell issue that they had stopped sales of the product. They were working on product exchange program to correct the issue that they had. Samsung acknowledged that inconveniences this may have caused, but this was to ensure that Samsung continues to deliver the highest quality products to their customers. In another statement issued on October 13th, Samsung expanded the recall of Galaxy Note 7 to include the original and replacement devices. Using corrective action, they stated that they have implemented a broad range of internal quality and safety processes to further enhance product safety, including additional protocols such as the multi-layer safety measure and 8-point battery safety check. Samsung had used mortification strategy in which they took full responsibility for the crisis. They bought full-page ads in major publications such as the Wall Street Journal with a full apology. Within the ad, they had also used bolstering strategy by stating the ad started as saying, "At Samsung, we innovate to deliver breakthrough technologies to enrich people's lives." Samsung incorporated image repair strategies by apologizing to consumers, which was the best course of action. However, this course of action proved unsuccessful as Samsung remained silent during the crisis, only taking responsibility and apologizing 4 months later in the form of a newspaper apology ad. Samsung should have claimed ownership of the crisis and provided more updates on the progress being made to help resolve the crisis to rebuild trust with consumers. A year after the crisis, Samsung seemed to be making a full recovery. It went up from the 7th to 6th position in the Interbrand's 2017 Best Global Brands list and saw a 9% increase in brand valuation despite the crisis. Samsung's profits were also up in 2017, and Samsung had record profits of the Galaxy 8 sales. Public relations professionals should learn that though a timely response to a crisis is vital, it's not always the best option. They need to make sure that they have a timely yet accurate statement. It will be worse for your image if you must retract a statement like Samsung had to do. I think consumers had a hard time trusting the company after this debacle and having to go through 2 recalls of the same phone. Had Samsung issued an apology in the first statement rather than months later, this could have helped consumers regain trust in the company faster.